now we're at the time where the Hamashiach is getting ready to come.
And hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I am the Lord.
Last words, brother.
Shalom, ma.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
All right, Shabbat Shalom, Israel.
That's right. Shabbat Shalom, Israel. Slakia.
Pray that you all are having a wonderful Shabbat. Where I am, can't wait to get back to it, meditate and everything.
God.
So Israel, this is going to be the second part of the lesson from last week. And this one is going to be called Judgment Part 2, More Stubble for the Rubble. Now, Israel, I can't express enough how important it is to really understand and get a glimpse of what the Most High is getting ready to do if we do not get our acts together as a people. All right, the Most High is not playing around with His people. All right, and if we continue to do wicked, and everything I'm saying we're going to say is going to tie into this lesson. And if we keep going the way we're going with our wickedness as a people collectively, it's not going to be good at all. You know, Israel, I was reading an article earlier today, and it was talking about AI, and sometimes me and Brother Aton, we get on that subject as well. But I didn't know, you know, and for those of you who work at Amazon, you probably can confirm this in the comments, but I know that Amazon has, they are big on trying to switch over to AI, and they got like I think a couple of thousand, maybe like 30,000 robots that can move equipment and everything. And I was like, wow, but you know, when you think about it, it's replacing the workers. And the majority of the people who work at Amazon, especially in the shipping area, you already know who that is. That's more the majority of us, Israel. So the point that I'm trying to make is that as AI is starting to take jobs of what Israel can do, because the heathens, they know that we're at the bottom. They know that collectively, you know, we work those kind of jobs. All right. So who do you think that they're going to try to eliminate first? It's going to be our people, and it's going to make it harder because, for one, you know, many of our people are already living paycheck to paycheck, and even some of you in the comments, you know, my subscribers are probably in that same boat, you know, where you just, you know, living from foot to mouth and one paycheck away from being on the streets, or one paycheck from living with some, you know, some friends or some in-laws or something like that, you know. And it's going to get serious. But with that being said, when Israel, when these jobs goes away and when our people start getting more desperate, then guess what? That's going to make room for our people to do more wicked and crazy stuff. And what happens when our people do more and wicked, crazy stuff? It just keeps going down the rabbit hole. All right. So that we're on this, the fact that we're on this subject, more stubble for the rubble, you know, Israel, the bottom line, it stems from not keeping the commandments. I mean, really, it's really a simple solution. You know, those commandments were designed for us for a specific reason. It was to keep us above the other nations. And it was to keep us as a people grounded and rooted in the truth. You know, and you look at us now, you know, you look at this current day, you know, and me and Brother Aton, I know we get on the women, we get on the brothers, we get on all kinds of wickedness. And you look how far we strayed from the commandments. All right. And we're gonna get in to the book of Ezra and Enoch here after a while, but I just want to really lay the groundwork, Israel, how serious this is. I don't know, like you all personally, I don't know you by each. We just know you by the names when you come on every week. All right, we know that you're consistent every week, and you know, listen to the lessons. I don't know how well you guys study. I don't know what you're practicing. If you're actually keeping the laws, or it's just lip service, or you just love hearing the truth, and that's it. And then you're going back to the same old. You know, and I'm not accusing anybody of that, but Israel, things got to change with our people. You know, we can't just be talking about this stuff anymore. We gotta be living this stuff. You gotta be getting your fringes. You gotta be doing all the works that's required of us, and there's nothing self-righteousness about that. You know, that's what we're commanded to do.
We can't be addicted to rebuke.
Exactly.
Right? We can't be addicted to rebuke.
And I see that so many times now, where people, they just hear the truth over and over and over and over, and it's like no changes is made. You know what I'm saying? He's still eating pork, still working on the Shabbat. I mean, by now, if you've been listening to us for over 3 years, I mean, Israel, you should be at it. You should be getting at it, or you should already be doing the laws and the commandments. And with that being said, I want to show you First Peter chapter 4, and let's look at verse 17. I'll give you guys the second to get there. All right. Give me a second. I gotta get rid of some of this stuff in the window. All right. All right, everybody should be there by now. So that's First Peter chapter 4 and verse 17. All right, I'm going to read this one, and then I'm going to read another one, and then I'll turn it over to Brother Aton. All right, 17 says, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh." All right, why do you think that is, Israel? Why do you think that we always get judged first? Because we are the chosen people of the Most High. So our punishment is going to be severe, because that's what a father does, right? With his children, he beat their asses if they get out of line, and that's what's been happening to us. But for some reason, we don't seem like we really get it. It says, and if it first began at us, what shall be the end? What shall the end be of them that obey not the Basor of Yahweh? It's talking about the laws, commandments, and statutes. And Israel, I don't know about y'all though, but it would be a crime shame to die not keeping the commandments.
Yeah.
And I know I talked about this a little bit, but I know some of y'all don't even know the town called Rolling Fork. I kind of grew up there as a kid in my summers growing up there. That whole town is predominantly Israel, not 90%. That whole town got wiped out. They got wiped out, and I think every day about those people, like, were they keeping the commandments, and if they weren't, man, it's just not a good thing, because when we share some things with you and Enoch, you're going to be like, man, we got to live our lives, Israel. We got to be keeping these commandments, and we got to live every day as though if the holy angels, which they are, watching us constantly, but we never really think about that. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy right quick.
Come on, bring it out, Doc.
Deuteronomy 28, and I'm going to show you what the Most High will. Got to understand, Most High is not playing. All right, because He will rejoice to destroy us, as He has rejoiced to do well by us. All right. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 28. All right. I'm going to start with verse 62.
Okay.
All right. It says, "And ye shall be left few in number." Now, it's evident that our numbers are dwindling. All right. Like Brother Aton said before, several lessons, our numbers are dwindling real fast. And then, the most dangerous place for a Israelite is in the womb of a black mother. All right. We know that because we know the stats. I'm not lying about that. You see it all around you. It says, "And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because you would not obey the voice of Yahweh." All right, now check this out. Verse 3, eat this. "And it shall come to pass that as Yahweh rejoiced over you to do you good." Now this is the part, Israel, this is the part right here that should have been our destiny had we followed Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. All right, the blessings. And it says, "And to multiply you, so Yahweh will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught." That means non-existent. That means it'd be like you were never even born. "And ye shall be plucked from off the land, whether you go to possess it." All right. And that's a serious note right there, because I don't think that even registered with our people. The fact, because we've been taught in Christian insanity that the Almighty could never do such a thing, but our people just don't realize it. We see this stuff every day. We see people destroyed every day, shot down by the police. Just wicked Israel. Just don't want to do right. And what's it going to take, Israel? Well, you know, the Most High is going to let this thing ride until the wheels fall off, and the rubber is flapping. Pieces of rubbers are flapping off as we speak. It's crazy. Just imagine a car going about 100 miles an hour down the highway, and rubber just flapping off the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man! All right, what you got?
Let me share my screen real quick.
Yep.
God, Israel, if I get a coughing fit, y'all gonna have to forgive me. I still got a little bit of cough left. What's going on here? Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, if you need me to go to the script, I can go there too.
Oh, I see what's going on. Hold up.
Let's see. Keeping the laws and reading every day.
Salaki Israel. Oh man. All right, there we go. All right, there we go, right there. These damn screens. All right, I'm gonna take us to Romans chapter 2. I wanted to start there real quick before I went anywhere. All right, let me add me to the screen. Present, share file, entire screen. Boom. All right, come on. All right, here we go. All right. If you would, flipping your history books to Romans, the book of Romans, chapter 2, and we're gonna just read over Salakia 8 and 9. Because we're talking about judgment part 2, more stubble for the rubble. More stubble for the rubble. All right. It says, but unto them that are contentious, right, and do not obey the truth, right? Now we're talking about to the folks that, you know, you can tell them something, but they like the buck, right? You know, you tell them, hey man, don't eat pork. And they tell you that a bacon sandwich, a BLT, is their favorite meal, right? You tell them not to be homosexuals, right? And they said that I was born to be one, right? These are the folks that are contentious to the truth. You tell the sister, hey, you need to marry before you carry. Oh no, I want sexual liberation. I can do whatever I want, right? But unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation, and wrath, right? Let's look up that word indignation. Hey, you can pull up the word indignation on your side.
Yep.
All right.
Second.
So indignation and wrath, right? We all of us know what wrath is, right? You know, wrath is a brother that doesn't have mercy, or a sister, right, that does not have mercy, and they want to do the most to you, right? They want to get all in their feelings, right? They want to do the absolute most, right? Unrighteousness. Righteousness is the law. Anything unrighteous is that is opposed to the law, right? Salaki Israel. You got indignation pulled up, Op?
Yeah, I do. Let me share my screen right quick.
Con. Because I want to make sure that we know what all these words mean.
All right. Give me a second. And that's the one you was reading out of Romans, right?
Yeah, con.
All right. All right here. Indignation. Let me get the Strong's that quick.
Indignation.
All right. There we are right here.
32372.
All right. You see that?
Con. All right. Scroll down. Boom. Indignation. Passion. Anger, heat, anger forthwith boiling up and soon subsiding again. Right? Glow, adore. The wine of passion. Inflaming wine. Which either drives the drinker mad or kills him with its strength, right? Passion, fierceness, indignation, right? Wrath compare. That's when somebody, like when you all of a sudden see them, right? They just get mad all of a sudden. Ah! Why do you do that? Ah! Start going crazy, right? That right there is indignation and wrath. But unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation, y'all in your emotions, and wrath. What's going to happen to them? tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that does evil.
Mm-hmm.
Of the Yehudi, right? Of the Jews, this means the Yehudi, right? Or what we know in English, the Jews first, and also of the other nations. And you look at the 16:11, this will be Gentiles. This is talking about the other 10 tribes, okay? Of the Jews first, and also of the other 10 tribes. So what does that mean? Right? It said that you're going to have tribulation, anguish upon every soul of man that does evil. Right? Of the Yehudi first, and also of the other nations, or in the 16:11, Gentiles, right? Which you know are the 10 tribes. What is that? Go ahead, Ak.
No, it's interesting you read that. Read that. Read verse 80. I'll read it right quick. It says, "But unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation, and wrath, tribulations, and anguish upon every soul of man that does evil." Now, you look at our people today, Israel, and because of this right here, this verse that brother brought out, it describes our people to a T during this current time. You know, and every time our people, something happens or people get killed, whatever, you got wicked Israel out there marching and doing all they can. And they don't even know what's going on. They don't even know that the judgment of the Most High has already been fallen on a lot of our people. All right, that's just life. You live an evil, wicked life. Guess what? You're gonna die a wicked, evil death.
All right. This would now, right, to avoid tribulation, right, Israel, and let me flip to Ecclesiastes real quick. Ecclesiastes. I wanted to show you guys something. Ecclesiastes chapter 7. This is just off the top of the head, real quick, right? Ecclesiastes, not Sirach. All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, right? Now, let's go down all the way to the end, right? It says, only a top 5. Oh man, no. Is this the next chapter over? Yeah.
Is it because judgment has not executed speedily? Is that the one you're looking for?
No, it says that talking about where King Solomon he ends up coming to the conclusion that no matter what, right, no matter all the riches you get and all of that stuff, all the stuff that you do around here, it doesn't matter, right? The only thing that matters if you're keeping the commandments.
Oh, right? Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Keep Most High's laws and keep His commandments. Yeah.
What's that?
Give me a second.
Is that 8 or is that the last? That might be the last. That might be the last chapter. I think it's
go to books. I think it might be
12.
It might be 11 if I'm not mistaken.
All right, here it is. Right, number chapter 12, verse 13. Yeah. Right, and it says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter." Now, if you read all the book of Ecclesiastes, right? If you read all the book of Ecclesiastes, you'll see that King Solomon, he has a problem, right? And you know what he's wrestling with is that he has heaped up all these riches, right? He's heaped up all these riches during the time that he's been alive, right? He's heaped up all these riches during the time that he's been on this earth, right? But then he comes to a realization that every man goes to the grave, right? There's no way to avoid it, right? There's no way to avoid death. This is why we're not to be celebrating our birthdays, because it's a curse, right? All of us are going to die. And then so King Solomon, he comes into the realization, he's like, you know what? It doesn't matter about these earthly riches that I've stacked up. That stuff doesn't matter, right? Because in the end, it's all vanity. I can't take it with me when I go, right? I can't take nothing with me when I go. And so he comes to the conclusion that the only true riches are the riches that he can bring with him in death, right? And he comes and says that we start at verse 13, right? It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, right? Fear Elohim, which is the Most High God, and guard His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man, for Elohim shall bring every work. Now it says some of the works. He said every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. All right. So we got to keep that in mind, right? When you think you're doing things on the low, right? That nobody don't find out about, or you think you done got away with it. The Most High said, he know about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Most High says that he knows about it. All right, I'm gonna go to you know what? Here. Now, I'm gonna read a little bit about Lazarus, right? Just because this is going to precept what we have in I think Enoch 22, is it? Enoch 22 walk?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, precept a little bit of Enoch 22, right? Because I'm not trying to do the old Christian church, thing to try to scare y'all into keeping the commandments. But however, if fear works, then so be it, right? I don't want any of my people to believe for 1 second that you can be wicked as hell and do all this kind of stuff and nothing gonna happen to you. Like the Most High gonna forget. Like, oh yeah, I can be wicked as hell. I can sleep with as many women as I want and not marry them. I can have many baby daddies as I want, and I can do all of this stuff, and the Most High, He not gonna care, right? I can treat my brother wickedly, right? All this stuff, and some folks out here teaching that the Most High, as long as I believe in Jesus, it's all gonna be taken care of. That's not what the scriptures say, right? The Most High says He hates wickedness. Hey, could you pull that up for me? When it says the Most High hateth wickedness, it's in Wisdom of Solomon, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I don't know if it makes it. I don't think I got to pull up in the Blue Letter Bible because it doesn't have the.
No, not the Blue Letter. You can pull it up in the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Enoch real quick.
All right.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to Luke. I'm gonna start with Luke first. Let me go to Luke 16. Let me see. All righty. All right. Let me know when you got Ak. Let me know when you got yours.
Okay, give me a second. You wanted the verse, right?
Con, just the yeah. Well, yeah, Con, just the verse.
Okay.
All right. While he's pulling that up, right, I'm gonna read a couple of these, right, because I want y'all to understand something, and then we're gonna precept this with Enoch, and then we're going to go and we're gonna precept that with Second Ezra, chapter 7. All right. So it says Luke chapter 16, right, verse 20. And there was a certain beggar by the name of Aazar, right, which is Lazarus, right? So I'm just gonna call him Lazarus, right, so y'all understand who I'm talking about, right? And there was a certain beggar by the name of Lazarus, which was a lot here. It's cold killing me, right? Which was laid at the gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. Right, this is literally talking about literal dogs came in and licked his sores. It's not talking about the heathens, even though the heathens are described as dogs in the scriptures, right? By the Son of God, no less. Right, and it says that, and it came to pass that the beggar died, the beggar being Lazarus, right, and was carried by angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried, and in Sheol, right, hell, lift up his eyes, being in torments, right, and seeing Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame, right? Because some people think this may be a literal flame because he was trying to get cooled off by water, right? Yeah, but hey, now it might not be a literal flame like that, but he's definitely being tormented, right? It says, but Abraham said, Son, remember that you in your lifetime received your good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things, but now he is comforted and you are tormented. So what does this mean, right? One thing I want you to understand is that Lazarus, right, this man was comforted, which means that what? He got the kingdom, right? He wasn't going to descend into hell, right? But he is counted among the righteous, right? Now remember, also Lazarus was Hamashiach's homie, right? When he died, Hamashiach cried, right? When he came through, and he still rose him back up from the, he still rose him back up. So I want you to keep in mind that it says that when you're died, and if you get in the kingdom, you're going to be comforted, because we're going to read this again in 2nd Ezra chapter 7, right? Verse 26, right? And this is also important because we're going to go to Enoch after that. But I also wanted to get what Brother Daniel was saying, right? That verse that Brother Daniel's holding. And it says, and besides all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed. So there's a separation, right? There's a separation between, between the place where the comforted is resting, right? Where you can be comforted. And then there's a place, a differentiation between those that are being tormented, right? So there's a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, right? Because, we got to keep the wicked in their place. It wouldn't make sense if it was all joined together and the wicked would just, breaking over the boundaries and then harassing the righteous, in the spirit world, right? You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't make sense. So the Most High, right, he got a separation when he created Sheol, which is underneath the earth, right? The earth is not no round ball, right? Sorry, right? It's absolute madness, right? It says, and besides all this, between us and you, there's a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence, right? So the good can't go down. Let's say, for example, right, if just like Lazarus, he saw his old master down there, right, that was treating him like crap and giving him crumbs and stuff, right, instead of a full course meal, which we know that you're supposed to treat your brother like you want to be treated. So we know that was a wicked nigga, and that's just what it was, right? So he had to get that work, right? So we know that the Most High, he hates people that are wicked, right? He hates sinners. It's not he hates the sin, he hates the person that's doing the sin as well, right? Hey, you want to bring that out?
And let me tell you why he hates it so much. Because what does sin does? What does the number one sin do to the Most High? It destroys his creation. It perverts it. All right. Now we're supposed to be a people that represent the Most High, right? If we're a people that's supposed to be standing apart and supposed to be a set apart people, but yet our people are doing wickedness, how can you even represent the Most High? All right. I hope this is one you was looking for. So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 9 says, for the wicked and his wickedness are both alike hateful unto Elohim.
Right. No. Go to I'm sorry. Can you go to Sirach 12:6?
Oh, sorry.
Right. Yeah, Sirach 12:6. That's
this is a good one too, because
that is a good one
right there. That's all right.
Wait, bring that back up. Can you go back to read real quick? Yeah, Now, right, that's actually that's a good precept, actually, right? And I didn't even think about that, right? Because I didn't even have that on my mind at all. But Wisdom of Solomon 14:9 says, for the wicked and his wickedness are both alike hateful unto Elohim, right? Those folks out here, when you listen to that Christian sanity, they tell you, oh, the Most High, he just hates the sin. He doesn't hate the sinner or the person that's doing come as you are and all of this foolishness, right? The Most High, he ain't down with that. You don't come as you are.
No.
You got to repent and then come,
yep.
Right? The Most High ain't gonna deal with you in your wickedness.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, man? You can't go to the Most High with your bunkie switching, you know what I'm saying, and thinking that he going, that he gonna bless you. No, man. You go like that, you liable to get destroyed. All right.
Yep.
Let me get Sirach 12:6. Right. Sirach 12:6 is basically going to say the same thing. Like hate's a strong word too, Israel. Right. Yeah. Like y'all gotta realize.
Which have you?
12
and
right. 6.
Yep.
Right. Right. For El Elyon, right, which is the Most High, hates sinners and will repay vengeance unto the wicked and keeps them against the mighty day of their punishment. right? More stubble for the rubble. The Most High said, what? He gonna keep you, right? He's saving the wicked just so he can punish them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna do away with you after you die. He's not gonna get tired of you and all of a sudden, let you waste away. Nah, right?
Israel,
go ahead.
In Israel, when you look at the word sin itself, all right, so we'll be like, okay, what type of sin are we talking about? What is sin? This should be like the elementary. What is sin? Sin is a transgression of the Most High's laws.
God.
That's all it is.
Right?
It's anti against his laws.
1 John, right? All right. Hate sinners and repay vengeance unto the wicked and keeps them against the mighty day of their punishment. So don't think that the Most High is going to forget about you. No, man, you die, he going to keep you out. You know what I'm saying? He got your soul locked up, right? He keep you locked up in hell. And then guess what? You're going to be trembling, right? You're going to be trembling and afraid. Yeah. And then you're going to see why when we bring it out in Ezra's, 2nd Ezra chapter 7.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me take us to Enoch 22. Well, you want to go to Enoch 22 while you up there?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I'll flip the 2nd Ezra 7. Y'all got any questions, Israel? Make sure you ask him as we're going through the lesson. We'll happen to look right now. Our classes are relatively small, so we can give you personal attention if you have questions. Oh, Con, let me see.
Okay, this is the right one.
All right, Con, you want to let's start at 9, I guess.
All right. Hold on. When you start from where?
9. We can start at 9.
Okay, give me a second, right quick. I'm just looking at something right here. I think I want to bring something.
Con.
Let's actually start with verse 4, and we'll just read into that.
Okay.
That'll really bring everything out. All right, it says, and just jump in anytime. It says these places. Hold on, you know what? 3. So with 3, it says then Raphael. Now you know Raphael is one of the angels that's in charge of the Sheol and everything. All right, then Raphael, one of the holy angels who were with me, answered and said, "These are the delightful." Khan. I gotta read that. I believe that he's over the Ruach of men. That's what it is. Raphael, the Ruach of the men. All right, it says then Raphael, one of the holy angels who were with me, answered and said, "These are the delightful places where the Ruach, the soul, will be collected." All right. For them were they formed. For them they were formed, and here will be collected all the souls of the sons of men. All right. So we know that we're talking about a place. We're talking about a place that no living man has ever seen before. All right. Verse 4 says, "These places in which they dwell shall they occupy until the day of judgment." Man, that's powerful. That lets you know like nobody's escaping the Most High's judgment. Nobody. I mean, I don't care what you think you did, what you think you can get away with. Ain't nobody escaping the Most High's judgment.
No. Hey. Read that again because we they got the camps that tell you that you can be reincarnated. But what does that verse say right there?
It says, "These places in which they dwell shall they occupy until the day of judgment." Now that you compare that to Peter, where it says that it was appointed for once men to die and then the judgment.
God.
Right. Even this right here is a cut. This verse right here is a cut that cut down reincarnation. Because what does it say? It says these places in which they dwell shall they occupy until the day of judgment. It didn't say that you're going to get a second life. It didn't say that you're going to reincarnate into another wicked
another body. Yeah, you're gonna stay your ass right into the spirit world. You don't go nowhere, right? So you only got one chance to get it right, right? However many years that the Most High decides to bless you upon this earth, that's the only time that you got to get it right. Because after death, sin is dead, right? Sin is dead after death. Your trial has already been done, right? So you got a limited amount of time. You have a limited amount of time to make it. That's it. You got a limited amount of time. right? You don't get a bunch of lives. You get one time to make it. You get one shot.
It says these places in which they dwell shall they occupy until the day of judgment, and until their appointed period. That's all right, Israel. It's only appointed men once to die, and then the judgment.
Oh man, this is a fear. Man, keep on going, because this is even a more cut. Their appointed period will be long, even until the great judgment. You get to die. You get to come right back on earth in another body.
This is why I wanted to talk about verse 3, because the Spirit was like, man, no, we gotta start up here so they can understand. It says verse 5 says their appointed period will be long, even until the great judgment. And I saw the ruach of the sons of men who were dead, and their voices reached to heaven while they were accusing. And I watched this. Verse 6. Then I inquired of Raphael, an angel who was with me, and said, whose ruach is that? The voice of which reaches to heaven and accuses. Verse 7. Watch this. He answered, saying, this is the ruach of Abel.
Abel. Yeah, God.
Who was slain by Cain, his brother. Man. And who will accuse that brother until his seed be destroyed from the face of the earth. Man, that's that is bad. This is deep, y'all. All right, verse 8 says, until his seed perish from the seed of mankind. Man.
All right. Verse 9 is what I wanted to get, all right? And y'all, salvation, I won't forget about this question. But in short, right? In short, if you sleep with that person, you're married. So keep it in your pants unless you're trying to marry somebody, right? At this time, therefore, I inquired respecting him, right? He's talking about the angel, and respecting the general judgment, saying, why is one separated from another, right? And this is exactly what we're talking about just now in the book of Luke, chapter 6, right? It says, right? And he answered, right? Remember it said the great gulf fixed, right? This is another precept. Why is one separated from another? He answered. 3 separations have been made between the ruach of the dead, and thus have the ruach of the righteous been separated, namely by a chasm, by water, right? Namely by a chasm, right? You know, that's that big gulf fix right there. By water and by light above it. And in the same way, likewise, are sinners separated when they die and are buried in the earth, judgment not overtaking them in their lifetime, right? Judgment not overtaking them in their lifetime. Here, their souls are separated, right? Moreover, abundant is their suffering. Oh, no, hold up. No, when you die, nothing happens. Moreover, abundant is their suffering. Abundant, you know, abundant means that means that means a lot, right? You got a lot of suffering, not a little bit. Abundant, that's a lot. Matter of fact, man, let me abundant. Pull up, yeah, the actual definition: existing or available in large quantities, plentiful, right? Let me show. Israel, let me show y'all this real quick. Hold up. Right, it says right, existing or available in large quantities, plentiful, right? Having plenty of, right? That's a lot. Abundant means a crap ton, right? That's a lot, Israel. Abundant, right? It says abundant is their suffering until the time of the great judgment. So just imagine all them wicked niggas that's down there that died during the time of Hamashiach, or that stupid ass nigga that hit the Hamashiach and said, prophesy who hit you. You know where he at? You know, he over there getting that abundance of suffering, right? Until the time of the great judgment, the castation, and the torment.
Think about the one that pierced him in the side, because he even said that he's gonna rise again to see him coming.
God. I mean, like, just imagine how scared you're gonna be if you're in the spirit world and you find out that all this stuff. I mean, like, to know for an absolute fact that all this is real, right? To know for an absolute fact that the Most High is real, and then you're gonna be in the presence of the Most High because you're gonna be in the spirit world, right? So you are definitely going to feel His great power, right? It says, by castigation and the torment of those who eternally, you see that, who eternally execrate, whose souls are punished and bound there forever. That's not a good look, Israel, right? Bound there forever. So you think, right, the Most High, right, of this stuff, it's not a game, right? None of this stuff is a game, right? This is all real. The Most High gave you this life, and you gotta live it. You are just lucky to be an Israelite. That's where your luck comes in at. You are lucky to be born on this earth. Some type of way the Most High deemed it righteous or deemed it okay for Him to make you into an Israelite, right? He didn't send you into a heathen body, right? He put your soul into that, right, of an Israelite, right? That right there is right. You know, that alone is a good look. Because imagine if you was a heathen and you were just destined for this stuff forever, right? That's messed up, right?
Yeah.
It says, you got something?
No, I'm good.
Okay, con. It says, whose souls are punished and bound there forever. And thus it has been from the beginning of the world. Thus has there existed a separation between the souls of those who utter complaints and those who watch for their destruction to slaughter them in the day of sinners. Damn, right? So in other words, right, you got the wicked brothers over here, and then you got the righteous brothers over here just waiting, right, to get a hold of the wicked, right? Just waiting to get a hold of the wicked so they can get up off the earth, right? So they can get up out of here, so they can go to the place of perdition where they belong, right? A receptacle of this sort has been formed for the souls of unrighteous men and of sinners, of those who have completed crime and associated with the impious, whom they resemble, right? That's like the impious will be celebrities, you know what I'm saying? People that act crazy, you know, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Crimes, like crimes is not, you know, what we have in the US, what the white man's talking about. Crimes is stuff against your brother, right?
Now, perfect example: selling drugs to your own people, killing your own people. Can you imagine, man? Can you just imagine that, man? You know, realizing, man, the spirit world, and then, you know, you got all these judgments against you because you done killed like 60 of your brothers out of hatred. I mean, that's, man.
That's
and
wild.
The heathens did a hell of a job of turning our brothers against one another. But it's serious though, because they're passed away, you know, and the family members mourn for them. You know, their place is not pleasant.
God.
Guaranteed.
All right. It says a receptacle of this sort has been formed for the souls of unrighteous men and of sinners, of those who have completed crime and associated with the impious, whom they resemble. Their souls shall not be annihilated in the day of judgment, neither shall they rise from this place. That's just so clear, right? So you know how the people appear to say that, you know, oh man, you know, Lord's just gonna, you know, when you die and you go to hell, that the Most High just gonna annihilate it, and then, you know, you're gonna be not thought of no more. You're just gonna disappear. There's gonna be nothing about no. Your soul is not going to be annihilated in the day of judgment, neither shall they rise from this place. That means the wicked, right? You're gonna stay getting that work. Just imagine getting work for eternity, and the Most High is over control over it, so you know you ain't gonna never die. You're gonna just keep on getting that work. For 80 years of wickedness, you're gonna get an eternity of sin. You know, I'm an eternity of punishment, or you can get 80 years of righteousness, right? Or hey, you know, you can have 10 years of righteousness, 5 years of righteousness, 5 days of righteousness.
You know what? I was just thinking about that too, man. Like when you think about our brothers, man, out there gang banging and killing one another, man. Some of these cats, man, don't even make it to 20.
Con. See, there's a parable that the Most High has put in the scriptures in Matthew, right? Where it's talking about they got these brothers that come to the field for the work, right? And the Most High was like, well, he was giving a parable. Well, the Most High's son was giving a parable and was like, hey man, if you work, then you get X amount of dollars, right? If you work, you get X amount of dollars. You work, you get X amount of dollars, but everybody got the same pay, no matter if you came to work at 8 o'clock in the morning or you came to work at 4:30, and quitting time was 5, right? Just as long as you came to work, you was gonna get paid, right? The master's, the master Hamashiach decided that he gonna pay everybody the same, right? Everybody gonna get paid, right? That's the same thing. Are you gonna be you? But you don't know when you gonna die, so you don't want to play with it, right? You could be gone tomorrow. You could die in your sleep. You could be gone, right? You could be gone tomorrow. You don't know. So what we need to do is repent now, right? Before it's too late. This is what this talking about, right? We need to repent now before it's too late, because look, you don't want your whole life being for nothing, your whole life living in vain, just for you to go to the place of perdition, and you're getting tormented forever.
Brother,
right?
you just opened up a can of worms, man. This could probably be another $5 lesson right here, man. You said something so profound, man. You hear what Brother Aton just said? He said it's a shame to die in vain. Now, 73% of black babies born to unwed mothers. Now, just think about the amount of vain. It's like our children are being born for the sword. Or just a waste. You got these sisters out here just pushing out babies left and right, not even thinking about it. No future plans, giving them all kinds of crazy names. Even the names itself. When you name your baby an Israelite name, it has meaning, it has a purpose. We call them babies Taquita, Laquisha, Concern, Tisan, and all the kind of, just crazy stuff, Israel. So that right there, when he read that, brought that out, that made me think about how our people just born in vain.
God, man.
It's a shame. It's just a waste. It's sad.
And the scriptures speak about people that are born in vain. It says there was a lot of y'all. I mean, a lot of us as a nation, you're just born for nothing, man. Born to be rubble they're born to be stubble for the rubble.
Oh, man.
Right? That's not what you want to be, right? Man, some of our people too are so hard to talk to. This niggas are just, they just don't listen. Just being niggas and nigga women.
Oh,
right?
Man.
They don't listen. You can try to talk to you blue in the face, and I know I'm making sense, and they know that I'm making sense. But that unclean spirit is clinging on them so hard, right, that they can't see the light. They're so soaked in darkness that they can't see the light, right? So we're gonna go through Ezra chapter 7, right? This might be a little bit slack here. This might be kind of long. Brother Dan, I might need you to read from it if I keep coughing like that.
No, man. No, yeah, I got you.
But I'm gonna try till until I can't make it. All right, we're gonna start in verse 7, right? Because we're gonna be here forever, Israel. So get your Bibles out. Right? If you have a sefer, right? Because I'd rather get your sefer out, because these scriptures that we're gonna go through in the sefer, right? Or if you have like a Cambridge apocrypha, right, or like something like that from one of these high-end colleges, they'll have all the verses, right? But if you have just a regular 1611, right, you're going to be missing verses, right, as we go through this, right? Because there's a good bit of verses that are here in these books. And this is why it's important to invest, right? Even if you got to get the money to the damn heathen, it doesn't matter. You give your money to the heathen every other, so every time you play the power bill, whatever else you buy, your clothes and all of that stuff anyways, right? So, you need to spend the money for you to learn your word, right? Learn your history, right? If anything you spend the money on, you should at least spend the money on to figure out who the hell you are.
Exactly.
Slakia, right? For Ezra chapter 7, right? Or Khan, right? Phenom, brother Phenom. Yeah, Khan, right? For Ezra chapter 7, or if you have second Ezra in your 1611, right? Second Ezra chapter 7, so same thing. We're going to start at 45, right? It says, and I answered and said, O Yahweh Sabaoth. I said then and I say now, blessed are those who are alive and guard your commandments. Blessed are those who are alive and guard your commandments. But what of those for whom I prayed? Right? For who among the living is there that has not sinned, or who among men that has not transgressed your covenant? Right? There is no man, right? Because we all fall short of the glory of God, right? And now I see that the world is coming to bring delight to few, but torments to many. There's that word again, torments, right? It ain't no matter where we go. We're not going to escape torments, right?
Nope.
If you
Bring
wicked
it up.
and you're not keeping the commandments,
Yep.
right? You're going to get that word. You're going to get torments, right? It says, for an evil heart has grown up in us, which has alienated us from Elohim, that's the Most High God, and has brought us into corruption and the ways of death, and has shown us the paths of perdition, and removed us far from life. And what is life? Life is the commandments, right? Life is Hamashiach, right? Life is the Most High God. And not just a few of us, but almost all who have been created. See, the scriptures don't lie when it says only a little bit is going to make it. Are you going to be part of that little number? Are you going to be part of the little number? Because guess what? We still got to remember that during the 1,000-year reign of Hamashiach, right? Like we read last week, that what? We're going to have women having babies with no birthing pains, and brothers that are going to be keeping the commandments. So those folks are going to get in. 9 times out of 10, they're going to make it. A lot of them that's going to be under the direct rulership of Hamashiach. Oh yeah, they're going to be making it, right? So you got to think about how many of us are going to be born during our 1,000 years. Right now, hey man, I guarantee you that right now ain't. Why you think 144,000, right? I don't think 144,000 that are getting the kingdom has even died yet. Out of all the people that have ever been created, right? Because look, we got to look out for the saints. The saints are who? 144,000 that's going to get their spiritual bodies first, right? Those going to be the rulers over 10 cities. Those going to help Hamashiach rule. And we're trying to seal the saints, right? If all the saints aren't sealed, then that means Hamashiach is not, you know what I'm saying? That's when Hamashiach comes back, when all the saints become sealed.
Exactly, because I've seen some people try to say that all the saints has been sealed. That's not possible, because then that means that it would have already been done already. God,
right? It's not happened yet.
Yeah.
Right. So what does that mean?
Hey, if somebody can write down, put the scriptures in the comment box. So anytime we do scriptures, they were doing that. Some of y'all were doing that for a while, and then it kind of just dropped off. But yeah, anytime we mention scriptures in the word, and this is just for the education for the rest of these new brothers and sisters that are coming on. So yeah, just be sure to put the scriptures for us down in the comment box. We really appreciate that. All right.
Cool. Yes, it's Lariah. That right there is horrible, right? We don't want to live in the captivity of wicked. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? And that sucks for you, right? If you can't wake up, right, in this, you don't deserve the kingdom. If you over here having fun in the heathen's land, spending money with a face on it that's not yours, you deserve torments, straight up. You know what I'm saying? You deserve every bit of the work that the Most High is going to give you if you think that you over here having fun. If you such a sucker that you over here don't realize that you don't got to land on your own, and everything you got has been given to you by the heathen.
Crazy.
Over here thinking that you having a damn good time, man. You deserve that work. Man, you know what I'm saying? No wonder the Most High tired of his people. All right? Niggas is wicked. Stupid on top of it. Right? All right. And it says, but it's almost all who have been created, right? I'm gonna skip down, right? We're gonna skip down to 58. And it says, I said, oh Yahweh Sabaoth, what is this plentiful is of Salakia? What is plentiful is of less worth, right? So like dirt, right? We got tons of dirt outside. You can go outside, dig up dirt in the yard. That ain't worth nothing, right, man? You can't go and sell that to nowhere, right? Because it's not worth nothing, because it's plenty of it. For what is more rare than precious, right? Like rubies, right? Rubies are rare, right? That's a precious stone. That's a precious rare stone, right? And we know what that's why it costs a lot, or diamonds, what they would say. You know what I mean? Right? He says platinum more likely, right? He answered me and said, weigh within yourself what you have thought. For he who has what is hard to get rejoices more than he who has what is plentiful, right? So that means if you got a brother and you see these, these celebrities or whatnot, you see, oh, you're just a regular brother, man. You get you a platinum chain, or you, or hey, they be happy over that because that's something rare, right? Rather than, because you don't look out and you'll see everybody with, platinum chains on or whatever, right? If you're in the world or whatnot, I don't give a crap about that kind of stuff, right? But but it's still rare metal, right? It says, so also will be the judgment which I have promised. Pay close attention, right? The Most High, He's not looking for you to be like every other man. The Most High is not looking for you to be like every other woman that's had plenty dinglings, or any man that's been fornicating his behind off. Right? You just like you a run-of-the-mill nigga. The Most High don't, he ain't dealing with you. He's not looking for average brothers, right? It's just like the NBA, right? You got all these people that try out for the NBA and only a few make it. Got all these people try out for the football team but only a few top athletes make it. That's what the Most High is looking for. He's looking for top spiritual athletes.
Right.
You got to be a top spiritual athlete, right? If you weak in the paint, if you weak under the boards, right? Every time Satan comes around with a little bit of temptation, there you go off to the races, right? Satan come around, show you a girl with a with some short shorts, with some bunky shorts on, and now you off to the fornication races, right? The Most High, Satan come around with a brother with a Bentley and some and a little bit of money and say that he gonna take you on a trip, right? And you know good and well that you supposed to keep them legs closed until you get married. Oh, you off to the races, right? You not rare, you regular. The Most High ain't looking for regular. It says, so also will be the judgment which I have promised. So also will be the judgment which I have promised. For I will rejoice over the few who shall be saved, because it is they who have made my glory to prevail now. And through them, my name has now been honored. Just imagine that, man. Man, you riding for the Hamashiach, right? You riding for the Most High God of Israel. You riding out, man, right? You got the city on your back. Walking the walk, talking the talk. Throughout this world of wickedness. And it's hard to navigate. It's not easy when you got wickedness around every corner, right? That's why you got to stay grounded and rooted, right? Rooted and grounded in these scriptures. That's why you got to read these scriptures every day. You got to study these scriptures daily, right? Because if you don't, you're going to get lost and you're going to get trapped out there in the world. And it says in verse 61, and I will not grieve over the multitude of those who perish. The Most High don't care about you if you die. He don't care. He said, for it is they who are now like a mist and are similar to a flame and smoke. They are set on fire and burn hotly and are extinguished. Right? I mean, it's like, man, you wicked, you know what I'm saying? You wicked niggas, man. The only thing y'all doing is just for a short time that y'all shining. Right? That's it. Y'all like a mist that appears for a little while and then it goes away, right? Because mist is going to evaporate with the air, right? Flame, smoke, after a while, that's what's going to be gone.
Yeah, that's the flame. It says in Peter, it says, your life, take not with your life because it's only like a vapor. For a little while and then it's gone.
Con. Bring it out, Doc. You got anything you want to say?
No, bring it up, brother. It's good.
All right, Con. All right. I'm going to go down to verse 78, right? We're gonna start in verse 78, right? Let me highlight this. All right, let me highlight all these because it's gonna be quite a few. Did I highlight it? Okay, come on. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Oof, yeah, this is a lot of scriptures. I'm gonna need some help reading this, man. You don't mind reading the first few for me?
Let's make it bigger right quick.
All right, come on.
All right. All right, go ahead.
Con. All right, let me just highlight these few, and then as we go, I'll highlight the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead, up. Take us
All right.
away.
Come back down. Okay, so, all right, starting at verse 78. It says, "Now concerning death, the teaching is when the decisive decree has gone forth from El Elyon, that a man shall die as the Ruach leaves the body to return again unto him who gave it. First, all it adores the glory of El Elyon."
Right, hold that right quick. Right, ain't there? There's a precept I think they like to use about So what's that precept that they like to use about the spirit, the Most High get? Hold on, wait, the spirit. Let me see.
Paraphrase it.
Yeah, cause it's like I think it's in Ecclesiastes, if I'm not mistaken, man. He says just spiritual return. All right, Con, right? Yeah, Ecclesiastes.
Oh, where it says the spirit of man goes under God when
Con, right? So in the book of Ecclesiastes, right? Let me see. Hold on real quick. Let me let me pull up a different Bible real quick. We can go to Ecclesiastes, Slakia, chapter 7, right? Lord, make this cold gone, please. Ecclesiastes 12. All right. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, right? And the spirit shall return unto God who gave it, right? And see, that's the same precept that they like to pull out to try to say that, oh yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, your spirit goes back to the God, right? Which is right. Yeah, because true. Spirit is your ruach, which is just energy. It has nothing to do with the soul, right? This is reading comprehension 101 right here, right? Reading comprehension 101. The spirit is not the soul. That's something totally different, right? The spirit is what animates us, right? That's the ruach. That's the energy. That's what the Most High uses to animate every single one of us, right? Even the damn heathens, right? Their spirit, their energy, right? Because they all of us have spirit.
And even animals got spirits, because it says that the spirit of man goes up and the spirit of dogs, animals go down.
Con, right? The same way where he says the Holy Spirit is what? That's a separate energy that the Most High has given them to do miracles with. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like as you see, and like if you read comic books or anime or whatever they got, when they got them special powers or whatnot, it's the same way. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's your spirit, right? It's the ruach, right? That's exactly what it is, right? It says the root. Go ahead, Salakia.
Okay, and verse 79. And if it is one of those who have shown scorn and have not guarded the way of El Elyon, guarded the way of, what is his way? His laws, commandments, and statutes. And who have despised his Torah. There it is again. Despise his Torah. Don't want to keep the dietary laws, Leviticus chapter 11. Don't want to keep the Shabbat. Don't want to be righteous. You want to be wicked all the time. And who have hated those who feared Elohim. All right. That's strong right there. We've been trying to preach this trumpet. We've been trying to shout this trumpet from the rooftops, but we get all kinds of hate for it. All right. Verse 80. It says, "Such ruach." Wait.
Hold on. Right. I'm gonna dwell on those who hate. That's, you know. Right. Let's say, for example, right. I know a couple of the sisters. I was, I know y'all had put in the comment section that y'all was trying to witness to a couple of other brothers and sisters at your job places, right? Hey, that's admirable, right? But we know that they showed a hate toward y'all, right? Because y'all fear the Most High. Don't worry about that, right? We got to realize that time is an illusion. Time is not real, right? Time is just an illusion. It is not real. You understand? So it may feel like that it's taking a long time for you, but it's only a snap of the fingers. It may be a couple of minutes to the Most High, right? They're gonna get that work, right? Mm-hmm. So don't get, you know what I'm saying? So don't even bother. Don't let that stuff aggravate you, right? Don't let it get on your nerves or none of that stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? At the end, it is what it is. And a lot of times I got to remind myself of that too. You know, sometimes I might get, upset and aggravated and stuff, and then I just like, man, you know what, man, the Most High is gonna handle it, man. The Most High is gonna handle that stuff, man. Let me just chill out, and you know what I'm saying, go about my business and continue keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah. All right, verse 80. Such ruach shall not enter into the habitations, but shall immediately wander about in torment, ever grieving and sad in 7 ways. All right. So we're going to get into the ways. All right. Verse 81, it says the first way, because they have scorned.
No, okay. Slaki, right? Now you see where it says the ruach leaves the body. Now pay attention. Now that's a different word, okay? Ruach, right? That's the soul, right? Yeah. Such souls shall not enter into habitations. Matter of fact, let me click on that. I should be able to click on that. Right? Spirits, referring to sevenfold. No, that is actually souls. I don't know why it has that. That word is actually souls. Let me see. Spirit, wind. Oh, I see what they did. Okay. Let me see something again.
Scroll up on that.
Okay. Beings of false deities. No, that's the souls. All right, go ahead. Salakia.
All right. So the first way, because they have scorned the Torah of El Elyon. Somebody's laws, commandments, and statutes. The second way, because they cannot now make a good repentance that they may have lived. Now, you know, you can't see, the Most High knows the heart. You know, He knows what true repentance is. You know, you can't expect to be doing all this wickedness and then all of a sudden try to repent at the last minute, because it's not going to work. Because why? Your heart is going to already be corrupt. All right. Verse 83, it says, the third way, they shall see the reward laid up for those who have trusted the covenant of, what's going on?
It's Lucky, that's me.
Okay.
Go ahead. You're right there.
Are you good?
83, Con. We good to go.
Okay. In the third way, they shall see the reward laid up for those who have trusted the covenant of El Elyon. So in other words, the wicked are going to see the benefits and the rewards of the righteous. Now, that's going to be harsh, and it could have been something that they could have had.
Hey, look at this right here, right? Verse 82, right? Before, so like it says the second way, because they cannot now make a good repentance that they may live, right? Imagine being in the spirit world, right? Knowing that you was wicked as hell, and there's nothing that you could do to fix it. Most High ain't gonna listen to your begging, your pleading. Please, Lord, let me make it in now that I know it's real. Oh, Lord, I didn't know that you was real on the earth. But a lot of other brothers are gonna know that it's real.
Yeah, you know, interesting, and I'm not gonna try to get it there, but I think I forgot where Enoch it is though, but Enoch, one of the angels was showing Enoch. It was talking about the different seventh heavens and everything, and I think it was like the fifth. It was either the fifth or the sixth heaven where it was darkness. I think it was the fifth heaven, and those fallen angels were inquiring of Enoch to make repentance, confessions to the Most High. And and
the fallen angels
was immortal. Their judgment is already set. But to think that a mortal man would be able to petition for them, that's how desperate they were. I mean, they are, because they realize, damn, now they're looking at us like we could have had a chance. Like they're looking at us right now, and they're probably like, look at these stupid beings. We failed. They have a chance. They have a chance to make it. They sit back laughing at us because they see that, look, they screwing up. They have a better opportunity to make it, but we didn't make it.
You know what's even more crazy, right? If you really think about it, it's like, they all made a pact together, right?
Yeah.
For women.
Yep.
Like that's how I let you know how dangerous they are, man. Like, sorry, sisters, but just as a whole, right? Out of all the things that they had that they could have done on the earth, the only reason they made a pact to go against the Most High God and to sacrifice their spiritual body is over a damn woman. That's wicked as hell, man. That's crazy. So that'll let you know right there. That's another point of fact that you will know that there are no women in heaven. There's no womanly. There aren't no women. There is no such thing as a woman at heaven. Period. There is none. Or the angels, they would have been comfortable with other women angels or whatever. No, they had to come down to the earth to get them a woman. right? Which
Man.
now they're gonna get punished forever. That's crazy.
Well, I know they regret making that pact together, boy. And it
Man.
says the fourth way, they shall consider the torment laid up for themselves in the last days.
Whoa. So number 3, right? The Most High gonna make it so you can get stunted on, right? They're gonna be stunting on you, right? The righteous. Woo, I'm gonna get the kingdom. Yeah, you gonna get to see it. And your wicked ass gonna be down there, right? Wandering around in torments, like it says in verse 80, ever grieving and sad in 7 ways, right? See, man, this is part of the torments that that the rich man was going through, right? This is part of the torments that the rich man was going through when he could have kept the commandments and given to Lazarus as he would have given to his own self, right? He should have been treating Lazarus like the way he wanted to be treated, but instead he did not. So therefore he's wandering around in torments. Look at that. It says that the second way, right? And see, this is how Lazarus was able, this is how the rich man was able to even perceive Lazarus even, right? This is how he was able to perceive him, right? Because it says what? That they shall see the reward laid up for those who have trusted the covenants of the Most High.
All right, 85. The fifth way, they shall see how the habitations of the others are guarded by the angels in profound quiet.
Wait.
The
84.
fifth way, they shall see how the habitations of the others are guarded by the angels in profound quiet. Now check this out. And I can quote a scripture right now for you. Jasher chapter 13 and verse 4. It says that I will cause your enemy to fall before you if you guard and keep my commandments. Now, serious, Israel.
You know, look at this though, right? Before we go to 85, I wanted to go back over 84 just a little bit because it says they shall consider the torment laid up for themselves in the last days, right? I don't know, if you're, if you're black, most of y'all got a whooping of some sort, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're raised up by your mama, she tried to whoop you, but still though, right? Just, but if you grew up with your father, right, and then you was acting a donkey in school, and your mom told your father, and you had to wait for him to come home from work, so you can get that butt whooping, right? The anticipation, right, of that butt whooping is actually worse than the butt whooping itself. You know what I'm saying? But in this particular situation, it's damn sure not going to be worse than the butt whooping itself, right? So it says the fourth way, they shall consider the torment laid up for themselves in the last days. You're going to have that anticipation, right? Wandering around in torments, ever grieving, sad in 7 ways. You're going to be, not only are you going to see what the righteous are getting. Oh man, look at all that stuff they're going to get. Man, they're going to get all of that. What in the world? You know what I'm saying? Because more than likely you might be privy to see you might be privy to see in the second world, right? You might be privy to, even through spiritual eyes, might be able to grasp the second world, right? The world of, that the world is going to, the world that the Most High is going to, that's made for us. Because he said, in my Father's house, there are many mansions, right? And we already know that the kingdom is already set. It's already been made because it's been prophesied where? In Revelation 21. You go to Revelation 21, it tells you what the kingdom looks like, what the new earth looks like, that the kingdom is descending from heaven. It has 12 gates, where 12 angels are being bodyguards by each gate for the 12 tribes of Israel, with their names written on the gate. So we know our mansion is already built. Imagine seeing it. You gonna get to see that stuff. But instead, you're gonna be over here, biting your nails, biting your spiritual nails, because you're gonna be considering the torment that's laid up for you, right? That's crazy. Go ahead, Salakia.
Okay, the fifth way. We're on the fifth. We're on 85. It says the fifth way, they shall see how the habitations of the others are guided by the angels in profound quiet. All right. Verse 86. The sixth way, they shall see how some of them will pass over into torments. Read that again. This way, they shall see how some of them will pass over into torments. I mean, that's now. Wait till you see this one. The seventh one is going to be the headbanger right here.
Wait. So it says the Most High is going to be giving them like visions and stuff, so they can be able to see. Boy, that's terrible, boy. That's what I'm saying. Y'all better not mess with the Most High.
No.
Y'all think the Most High is playing games with you? He the type that get you locked up in prison and torture your ass. I'm serious. This is exactly what it is. You get locked up in prison and he don't care not at all. You ain't getting fed. He torturing you the whole time. And the torture is never going to be over.
And just imagine, just imagine those fallen angels, man. That call. See, this is why we're in this predicament right now because of women. And you know, he's falling. I mean, dang, just imagine that. Just imagine. You know, all this stuff, man. It's like the Most High is good about letting the wheels right off this stuff, man. I'm talking about until the wheels fall off, boy.
God.
All right, now check this out. It says the seventh way, which is worse than all the ways. So we just read all these different 6 ways. Now we're talking about the seventh way, which is worse than all the ways that have been mentioned, because they shall utterly waste away in confusion and be consumed with shame and shall wither with fear at seeing the glory of El Elyon, before whom they sinned while they were alive.
Now read that again.
Yeah.
Read that again.
It says the seventh way, which is worse than all the ways that have been mentioned, because they shall utterly waste away in confusion and be consumed with shame and shall wither with fear at seeing the glory of El Elyon, before whom they have sinned while they were alive. That's powerful. So when we're talking about our people now, because we're talking about the hatred that's amongst our people. And there's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people in the judgment, already getting ready for the judgment because of their hatred for one another, and before whom they are to be judged in the last times.
Imagine that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously,
this is why Israel. This is what the heathens have been really getting us to do, is to fight against our own brother. All right, you know the most detestable thing to the Most High's eyes is killing your own brother. You know, I mean, man, I'm talking about not just going out with a gun and shooting your brother, but verbally and as well as physically. That's the worst thing you can do. You know, and I was reading about Toussaint Lower Overture. You know, y'all know who he is, right? He was the brother, the Haiti brother that rose up, and he banded all the slaves together and everything, and they came together like a band of brothers, man. They whipped them Frenchmen asses, boy. Killed like 1,000 of them, like in a couple of days. It was hanging up ropes and stuff, man, and cutting their heads off and putting it on sticks. But that's what happens, man, when you get brothers that band together. But when you got brothers that's killing one another like that, man, we can't come together. That's detestable unto the Most High.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's so stupid over a color.
Yeah.
I mean, nigga, how dumb is you? That man, you letting the color dictate whether or not you gonna kill your own. That's just dumb as hell. I'm sorry.
I never understood that stuff.
That's the epitome of stupidity.
No. All right, it says scroll or something.
Yeah, con. But you know, Israel, imagine that. Not only are you gonna be in hell, but you're also going to be witnessing the glory of Elohim. Now remember, it said his eyes are like 10,000 suns. Imagine that. His eyes are like the power of 10,000 suns.
Hey, carry on, Knock. I'll be right back.
All right, con. Right. His eyes are like that of 10,000 suns. The seventh way, which is worse than all the ways that have been mentioned, because they shall utterly waste away. Right. Utterly waste away. That means, man, in confusion and be consumed. That means, like, man, the Most High is going to leave you with some of your brain, right? Some of your brain power, right? Where you can just, only thing you're going to be is confused. You're going to know something's wrong and be consumed with shame and shall wither with fear. Consumed. That means your whole being is going to be consumed with shame. You know what I'm saying? Like you on stage, right? And there's somebody that snatched down your pants, right? You on stage between, you know what I'm saying? You got 100,000 people out there. You at a concert. You on stage, and then somebody done, snatched off all your clothes or something. You will be consumed with shame. It's going to be 10 million times worse than that, no doubt. And you shall wither with fear at seeing the glory. Wither with fear at seeing the glory of the Most High. Imagine that, man. You're going to be so damn scared of just the glory, just standing in his presence, that you're going to be weary, that you're going to wither away at fear. Before whom they sinned while they were alive, and by whom they are to be judged in the last times. Now let's read about some good stuff, right? Let's read about some good stuff, all right? Enough of the scary stuff, right? Not purgatory, but hell, Sheol, right? There's a hell is just purgatory, the sister said, right? It's Sheol, right? Sheol is is what's described in the Bible as hell, but it has a as we've read tonight, right? We know that there's a separation, and that of the righteous and that of the wicked, right? So it says, now we're going to read some good things, right? Now this is the order of those who have guarded the ways of the Most High, El Elyon, when they shall be separated from their mortal body. During the time that they lived in it, they laboriously served the Most High and withstood danger every hour, that they might guard the Torah of the Torah giver perfectly. So what does that mean? That means that what? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, it's not easy, right? It's not grievous, right? It's not the same thing as being not easy. Grief means causing you grief means that it's something bad, right? It's not grievous, because at the end you're going to do what? You're going to be rewarded eternally. So there's nothing grievous about keeping the commandments. However, they are laborious. They laboriously serve Elohim, right? Because it's a job. You got to do work, right? It says faith without works is dead, right? That means you got to work. You got to work for it, right? You got to go out. You got to tell your brother whether or not you got to face dangers, right? Of things when you get in your brother's face. Hey, brother, don't do that. That's wicked. Hey, sister, don't do that. That's wicked. And you know our people, man, you can't tell them niggas nothing. As soon as you start to do it, there's always a problem, right? Always an argument's going to ensue, no matter how nice you are about it, right? As soon as you say something, especially to the sisters, right? You would think that, being the last desired, by some form of wisdom, that you would start to look inward and realize that you the problem. But they don't want to see that though, right? And I don't even want to get off that, because I don't even want to start on that right there, right? And so, therefore, this is the teaching concerning them. First of all, they shall see with great joy the glory of him who receives them, for they shall have rest in 7 orders. Okay, so instead of like the dudes that are scared, right, because they wicked as hell in the Most High and they know they're going to get that work, right? Imagine being happy. Yes, man, I knew it was real. I'm so happy I kept the commandments, right? I wanted to go out and I wanted to fornicate with that heathen, but I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't. And I'm glad I repented. And I'm glad I did my things that I was supposed to do. And now, guess what? I am happy that I've done it. And I see that the Most High is real. And I am going to receive blessings in the final days, right? First of all, they shall see, verse 91. First of all, you back. Hey, you might take it on reading.
All right, it says, first of all, they shall see with great joy the glory of him who receives them, for they shall have rest in 7 orders. Right? The first order, because they have striven with great. Oh, you keep moving it and don't turn me off.
Hold on, let me move it up some so you can see it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Man, where did I leave off at? Moved it up and threw me off.
I think I threw myself off. All right, there we go. First, 92. All right. Slacky.
All right, it says the first order, because they have striven with great effort to overcome the evil, though with was formed with them, that it might not lead them astray from the life unto death.
You heard that? Read that again.
All right.
Read that one more time. That's important.
Because they have striven with great effort to overcome the evil, though
the evil thought
which was formed with them, that it might not lead them astray from life into death.
Okay, right. That right there is powerful, right? And then we can precept that with Matthew, right? When Hamashiach, when he comes and he magnifies the law, right? So if you think about your neighbor's wife in an an unrighteous way, and you know the way I'm talking about, you lusting after your neighbor's wife, that makes you an adulterer, right? So the Most High says what? The first order is because they have striven with great effort to overcome the evil thought which was formed with them. Meaning that what? We all know that we come into sin, so we know the evil thoughts are going to pop into your brain. It's just something that happens, right? You're going to have but your ability to overcome that thought, right? You're going to strive with the ability to overcome the thought. You're not going to I mean, even though it might come into your brain, right? Let's say a thought, evil thought for, oh man, this nigga making me mad. I'm gonna kill this nigga, right? But don't dwell on nothing like that. Let it come through and pass on through. Boom, right? In and out. Because our brains are receivers, right? Our brains are receivers of thought patterns that are in the air, right? So, right, whatever we receive, right? If it's wicked, we got to do what? We got to purge it out, right? We got to let it come in and then let it just flow right out. We don't want to dwell on any wicked thoughts, and we want to do what? We want to strive with great effort to overcome evil thoughts. And
the way you overcome that, Israel, is that, that's why when you read Psalms 119:11, it says, "For I have hidden that word in my heart that I might not sin against thee." And that's why you constantly think on these scriptures. You put that into your mind constantly. Right? It says the second, we're 93, right?
Yeah, Khan.
It's the second order because they see the complexity in which the souls of the wicked wander. Almost like a continuation from the first 7 we read.
Khan.
Wicked wander and the punishment that awaits them. In Israel, I know this is a lot and everything, but you're gonna have to really go over this stuff constantly to really let it sink in. All right. Verse 94. The third order, they see the witness which he has formed them bears concerning them, that while they were alive, they guarded the Torah which was given them in trust. So this is like going back up to the other 7, and see, and if you notice, if you read most of these orders, and if you read back up further we read earlier, a lot of it has to do with keeping the laws of the Most High. I mean, point blank, Israel. That's what this is all about. All right.
You know what's crazy too, right? And verse 94 says the third order, they see the witness which he who formed them bears concerning them. What is that? Like we have what? Who are the witnesses, right? We got the watchers. The watchers are the angels, and they record all of your, everything that you do, right? So even if you're in the room right now and you may be appear that you might be by yourself and alone, you best believe you have an angel of the Most High beside you recording, right? Watching, what you're doing. Hey, don't make the, every time you do something wicked or something like that, man, that angel's probably holding his head down and being like, man, this nigga's about the charge that I got, he's nothing but more stubble for the rubble.
And them angels are probably so powerful. They don't even got to write nothing down. They just see, it's like they record it in their mind and it stays there forever. And they can report it back to the more. I mean, that's powerful, y'all. All right, 95. You already read that one.
Yeah. Hold it for a sec. Let me save some more verses. Let me highlight this stuff. Salakia. All right, we on verse 95.
95. Now scroll up all the way up to the top.
Salakia. All right, let me see.
All right. It says the fourth order, they understand the rest which they now enjoy, and gathered into their chambers and guarded by angels in profound quiet. We just read that one earlier. And the glory which awaits the last days.
Right? And we just read that. What did we read that in Enoch, right? That was the Enoch.
We read that in like 87, verse 87.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Verse 96 is the
fifth. We also read that that they were going to be in comforts. They were being comforted. That was Lazarus and Luke.
Yep. It says the fifth order, they rejoice that they have now escaped what is corruptible and shall inherit what is to come. And besides, they see the straits Yeah, that's right. You see the stress and the 12 from which they have. Excuse me, y'all. It's just this words are small. I'm having a hard time reading. They have been delivered, and the spacious liberty which are to be received and enjoy immortality.
Right. This says, just like we were reading earlier, right? We're saying that the spacious liberty which they are to receive and to enjoy in immortality. Right. So imagine that, right? When you know that you made it to the kingdom, right? You know, you haven't received the kingdom yet, right? It's just like, you know, when let's say if you were in the world and you used to celebrate Christmas as a kid, right? And then, you know, you have to wait to open up the presents or whatever, right? And then that anticipation and just, man, I can't believe, yes, oh, I'm about to get the PlayStation 5 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever that, you know, if you, you know, that anticipation of good things, right? That anticipation of good things is the exact same thing that you're going to be feeling, right? When you are going to be in that fifth order, right? It says you're going to be rejoicing that you have escaped the corruptible and shall inherit what is to come, which is what? The incorruptible. You're going to inherit immortality. You're going to inherit the tree of life, right? You're going to inherit the ability to chill with Hamashiach, the Most High, your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, Moses, Jacob, the 12 tribes, right? Go ahead, Ak.
All right, the seventh order, sorry, let me see. The sixth order, when it is shown to them how their faces is to shine like the sun, and how they are to be made like the light of the stars, being incorruptible from then on. Now, you can precept this also with Ecclesiastes, where it talks about when Hamashiach is going to ward them with palms and everything, and they're going to have white robes. Yeah. All right.
Their faces is to shine like the sun. Hey, you know what though, right? You know what? I'm gonna show you something Israel real quick, right? Their faces is to shine like the sun, right? Now, remember now, this is a spiritual body. I'm gonna show you somebody else's face that shines like the sun when he has a spiritual body.
Moshe. Oh yeah.
Khan, right? So you know that this is gonna be
Yeah.
Right. So boom. Right? We see that what? It says oh Salaki, let me oh yeah. Okay, right. And it says right here, verse 16, right? Revelation 1:16. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword, and his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. So that means on a very hot day, right? The sun is at its most, right? His countenance is the way he looked, right? You know what I'm saying? His spirit, his outside appearance was as the sun that shineth in his strength, right? Because this is Hamashiach in his spiritual body, right? As his feet like unto fried bats, as if they burned in the furnace, right? So what? You know what I'm saying? It's not they burned, you know, like, but as they look like they were burning in the furnace, meaning like if you ever seen Dragon Ball Z and they got that charge up glow around them or something like that, that's how Hamashiach was looking, right? That's the way that Hamashiach was looking, right? All right, let's go back to the other scripture, right? You know, so he looks like a absolutely powerful being. This is where these heathens get all that stuff from. They read our scriptures, they read our book, and they go to drawing up the comics, right?
On the seventh one.
God.
It says in the seventh order, which is greater than all. Remember, we just read that earlier. Go. Hey, just go back up for a minute. I want to see those other 7 ones. Let's scroll back. Who's way up first? Okay. So just make sure you read back over these again. The first ways and the 7 ways. Now we got the 7 orders. Because they really tie into one another. So I don't want y'all to get confused. All right. It says the 7th order, which is greater than all that have been mentioned, because they shall. Now I want to also bring out, now when you look at the 7 ways, it's like more dealing with the wicked. When you're dealing with the 7 orders, it's like almost dealing with the righteous.
That's exactly what it is. God.
Yeah. All right. So the 7th order, which is greater than all that have been mentioned, because they shall rejoice with boldness and shall be confident without confusion, and shall be glad. Confident without confusion. That's confident in keeping the commandments, laws, and statutes. and shall be glad without fear. Because if you keep the laws with all your heart, mind, and soul, you don't have a reason to fear.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For they hasten to behold the face of him whom they served in life, and from whom they are to receive their reward when glorified.
Mm.
All right. Now here's a continuation. It says, verse 99, this is the order of the souls of the righteous, as henceforth is announced, and that aforesight, these words are kind of small. Aforesight are the ways of torment, which those who would not give heed shall suffer hereafter. Right. Verse 100 says, I answered and said, will time therefore be given to the souls after they have been separated from the bodies to see what you have prescribed to me? He said to me, they shall have freedom for 7 days, so that during these 7 days they may see the things of which you have told them, and afterwards they shall be gathered in their habitations.
Mm.
That's powerful.
That's wild right there, man. That's so Israel, that's a complete chapter 7 right there. You got a lot of scriptures that are missing, but that is a complete chapter 7. Okay, man, this stuff is wild. All right, so Israel, what do you want to do? Right? At the end of the day, this basically boils down to what you want to do. Right? What do you decide? You want to go into eternity, right? And you want to you want to die, and you want to wander around and see the Most High God and wonder, man, why the hell did I not keep the commandments? Say, what really that hard? I sacrificed that minimum amount of time for that wickedness, only to be punished for eternity, right? I mean, like, does that sound like a fair trade? But it says the Most High's ways are not our ways, right? It may not seem fair to you, but it's most definitely fair to the Most High, because guess what? He gave you life for free. You didn't have to work for it. You don't even know how you're building your body. You're doing it every day automatically at the behest of the Most High God, right? He's the one that gives you the ruach, the spirit, right? It's his spirit that keeps your body pumping blood, your heart pumping, right? Your pancreas working, right? Your liver, your kidneys, all of that stuff that's working. That's it. That's the spirit of the Most High on you. He decided, I'm gonna give him, this amount of time for him to get right. The Most High knows, right? That's why niggas be dying when they die, because there comes a point in time where the Most High is like, you know what? I've already seen his future. He ain't gonna repent. Let's go ahead and get this nigga up out of here.
Yep.
Right? That's what happens, right? Because it says that he wants everyone to be saved, but there becomes a point in time in everybody's life, right? Especially when you kick the bucket. The Most High's like, well, you know what? He's not gonna repent. Let's get that nigga up out of here. Right? He didn't gonna do nothing but get worse. Let's get him up out of here, because we don't want him affecting any of the righteous. Right? Is that gonna be you? Is that gonna be you tomorrow? The day after tomorrow? Right? Are you gonna repent and come and keep the commandments because you want to be right in the holy, in the seventh order, right? Because you want to do what? Which is greater than all that have been mentioned, because they shall rejoice with boldness and shall be confident without confusion, and shall be glad without fear, for they have hastened to behold the face of him whom they served in life, and from whom they are to receive their reward when glorified. Now it's either that, or now that's the good thing, or the seventh way, which is worse than all the ways which have been mentioned, because they shall utterly waste away in confusion and be consumed with shame, and shall wither with fear at seeing the glory of the Most High, before whom they sinned while they were alive, and before whom they are to be judged in the last times. You want that? You don't want that, right? You don't want to be the one wandering around Sheol, right, looking up, because you can see, because all time is going to be running together, apparently, because you're going to be able to see the work that you're going to get that's worse than already what you get. You don't want that, right? You want to be one of the brothers that's happy to see the Most High God, right? You don't want to be the ones that's going to be there shivering, right? You're going to be shaking in your boots for, man, who knows, right? Just imagine them niggas is down there that's been shaking in their boots for thousands of years. That's got to be scary, yo. Thousands of years of waiting of something that you know that you can't get out of. That's got to be more scary than anything right there.
Imagine them fallen angels that made a pact together.
And they used to live with the Most High in the third heaven and know that he was real.
And that's the scary part, man. How you gonna have a spiritual body and then you still go off like that? That just speaks volumes, man.
That just speaks volumes of how strong wickedness can be.
Yeah.
You know, but it's gonna be out of here soon, right? Mm-hmm. Wickedness is gonna be gone. With all wickedness.
And here we are with corrupt bodies. You know, it would be easy to fill with corrupt bodies, but damn, a spiritual body, man, I didn't do that.
Yeah, they had to make a pact. They had to get somebody else with them. You know what I mean? They didn't want to do it themselves. They had to bring some other angels with them. Right? Satan was doing work. You know, Satan is the tempter. That's what he does. Right? That's why he got to go into the lake of fire too, and he got to go. Because there will be no more use for him. The Most High, he has, you know, he makes everything for a reason. Just like he made the heathen for a reason. Right? Yeah. Even though, you know, hey, what does Most High say? He made them even though they're like a dust of the balance to him. They're less than nothing to him. But he made them anyway. Everybody got a task, right? Israel, you're like gold, right? So you got to refine yourself. Refine yourself with these laws, statutes, and commandments. Refine yourself with the Ruach. Refine yourself with keeping these works and the faith in Hamashiach. That's what you need to do, because if you don't, you're going to be suffering them 7 ways. And I don't want that to happen to you. I'm done.
Israel, man, I know this was long, but go back through these orders and the ways. One is dealing with the righteous, and one was dealing with the wicked. Right? And again, you know, if you know, we should be, you know, we fear the Most High. It means we reverence him. You got brothers out there that don't fear the Most High, and this is going to be the result. Those 7 ways. All right. And men who don't fear, and this is all because it was never supposed to be like this. We were supposed to be in a perfect world, Israel, with spiritual bodies, you know, with be able to have all kinds of stuff, you know, and you know, we gotta suffer with the bad, Israel, but it doesn't have to end up with us being in the pit. All right, being on the unrighteous side, being on the wicked side. So again, you know, like I always say, work out, like the scriptures always say, work out your salvation with fear and trembling. That's the way to do it. The only safe way is in the Torah. All right.
We got any questions, comments, or concerns in the I'll put a link in the chat box, right, for anyone who wants to come on. I'm pretty much done with the lesson, so really will answer questions. I remember this one from earlier. It says, what is marriage to your understanding? Reading the Bible, it seems to be who you sleep with, that is your wife. I can't believe getting on one knee and getting married in a church is right for Israel. No, brother, that's something of the heathen. There's no, we never did that in the olden times. That is that of the heathen. No, right? So, you know, essentially it's just, you know, if you sleep with that woman, man, that's your wife. Right. So that's why also, right, you know, we also did you know, have everybody involved. There was nothing under the table. The fathers knew and the parents knew, and usually there was some type of little celebration or whatever, right? We also had some kind of ceremony, right? And then along with the bringing of the bed sheets, right, the white bed sheets, the testing of the virginity to make sure the woman was she wasn't a harlot of any sort that you'll be marrying. Right, so
we had a system back then, you know. And again, this all stems from obeying the marriage laws and everything. You know, every Israelite brother back in the day had a virgin.
God.
There was no such thing as you getting a harlot. Like that's all you left with in America, pretty much. Watching these brothers having to go outside of the U.S.
God.
Even that is becoming scarce now because these women out in other countries are starting to become Westernized.
God.
Yeah.
So Israel, just prepare, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, hey, right? The Most High already said that what? Right? Let's go down. He said that what? It's gonna be tough. Right? It's gonna be tough for you to it says the fourth. No, Salakia. All right. It says first order, right? There it is right there, right? The first order, because they have striven with great effort to overcome the evil thought which was formed with them, that it might not lead them astray from life unto death. Okay. Same thing there, Israel. Right? We gotta make sure that we're staying focused, we're staying righteous at all times, right? Keeping our mind on the prize, keeping our eyes on the prize, right? Don't get with no wickedness. You know, you're not gonna, it's not gonna, as we've read tonight, it's not gonna serve you any justice. It's gonna be none but tribulation, misery, pain, degradation, and all of the above. All right, Israel. No more questions, anything like that? I guess that's it for us. Well, I guess that's it for me.
Israel, we're gonna bid you a Shabbat Shalom.
Hmm.
And stay strong. We'll see you soon. By the grace of the Most High and Almighty. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.